Hi everyone, it's Aimee here from Sandtons. I'm here with the lovely Marta from Franke De La Fuente. Marta, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Amazing, thank you so much for coming in today. Tell us a little bit about you.
So, my name is Marta and I am the tax manager at Franke De La Fuente law firm. So I work with taxes for the residents, non-residents and companies as well.
So Marta, a lot of our clients don't really understand tax too much. It would be really helpful if you could tell us a little bit about the difference between new development tax or resale tax.
Okay, so when we buy a new build, so two taxes applies. For example, the VAT is the 10% and also the stamp duty, it is the 1.2%. But if we buy a resale property, we need to pay the transfer tax. Here in Andalusia, it is the 7%.
So Marta, a lot of our clients who have purchased properties but actually want to rent them out, they're wondering, is there any tax benefits to creating a company?
Yes, for example, if one company buys a property and meets some requirements, can apply for the 2% of transfer tax instead of the 7% of transfer tax. Okay. In order to rent out the property, if individuals, residents or non-residents rent out the property, then should file these taxes. For example, residents needs to pay the personal income tax return, which the tax rate it is from 19 to 47%, and also if, for example, the property is for main residence purpose, so then we can apply for the 60% of benefits. Also, the non-residents need to file the non-resident tax. Until now, the non-resident tax was on a quarterly basis, but now from this year on, so we need to file the tax every year. Okay, on an annual basis. Also, the companies need to file every year the corporation tax, which tax rate it is the 25% on the profit of the year.
So naturally, there's a lot of information there. So I think it would be really beneficial if actually our viewers and our clients actually came to you and spoke to you about it.
Yes, normally we advise prior to purchase our property. So in order to have to know what are the best scenario for everyone.
A lot of our clients often ask, is there a threshold through buying through a company or as an individual?
So, as I mentioned before, it is very important to have a proper tax advice before the acquisition, because every individual has a different situation. So it is very important to call us first.
So tell me, Marta, what happens to ITP if bought as a company?
So if a company which meets some requirements, because they are going to carry out the activity of buying and sell properties, they can apply the 2% of transfer tax instead of the 7% of transfer tax here in Andalusia.
Okay, great.
It is a very reduction.
So Marta, tell me, those that own properties and they want to rent them out through Airbnbs, what are the tax implications on that?
Okay, so if one individual rent out a property for a short term, so it is very, very important to be registered at the rental register in the Junta de Andalucía. Okay, and also this rental income must be declared in the tax return or in the non-resident tax.
So I've heard that there are some tax concessions within Andalusia. Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, so at the end of 2022, the government on Andalusia created an exemption of the wealth tax, so that individuals who has assets of more than 700,000 euros are completely exempt and nothing to pay here in Andalusia, but they are obliged to file the tax. Also, the solidarity tax was created 1 year ago as well, but also all the taxpayers are obliged to file this tax only when their assets here are more than 3 million euros.
Right. I think naturally people do ask, they're very interested to know, I guess, the difference between inheritance tax and capital gain tax. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes. When one person has died and the property that he owns is in Andalusia, we have an exemption of the 90% in the 99% of the inheritance tax. On the other hand, when one person sells the property, So then applies the capital gain tax. Okay, for residents, the tax rate it is from 19% to 28%, and for non-resident tax it applies only the 19%. On the other hand, when a company sells a property, so then they should file the corporation tax, whose tax rate it is the 25%.
So residency status is a major factor. Can you please explain the double taxations?
Yes, in order to avoid to pay twice in their countries and here as well. So then we need to check every time the double taxation agreement between both countries in order to avoid to pay twice for the same concept.
Yeah. Marta, thank you so much. It's so nice to meet you. I really appreciate all of that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.